What's up, dolls, and welcome back to the channel. So first of all, I have a pretty cool announcement to make today, guys. If you follow me on Twitter or have read my community tab post, you already know this, but I am really excited because I was just featured on the Sims VIP website, which is pretty crazy, and I was pretty shocked when they reached out to me. But yeah, I am featured in their community spotlight, and I'm really excited. And if you guys want to read that article about me and my channel, why I started my channel and things like that, I'll leave a link for you guys down below so you can check it out if you want to. But yeah, I have another speed build for you today, and I'm actually doing another 64x64, as you probably can tell. And it's funny because after every time I do a 64x64, I tell myself never again. But here we are with another 64x64, guys. And I'm building a castle, a medieval-ish style castle, I suppose. And I actually started building this like a week ago or like a week and a half, something like that. It was right after episode 2 of Game of Thrones. Like that episode, guys, episode 2, I know a lot of people thought it was boring, but I really enjoyed that episode. It got me so hyped for episode 3, the long night, the big battle with the others that we've been waiting for like 8 freaking seasons. I was so excited, and it got me so inspired, guys, to build something Game of Thrones inspired. So what I did, I decided to build a big medieval castle basically while I waited for episode 3. So I started this build, and I think I got around half of the build done before the episode, and then the episode aired, and this is when it gets a little bit silly. But I watched episode 3, and after that whole emotional roller coaster of an episode, I had to take a few days off from coming back to this build because, and I'm gonna be completely honest, guys, and say I was just so incredibly disappointed in the episode. And I'm not gonna get too into it because it's a little bit of a touchy subject and it gets me riled up and all that, but I don't necessarily have an issue with the plot points in the episode, but more so how they happened. And I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. We'll see what the rest of the season holds before I place my final judgment. But I mean, the episode as a whole visually was really great. We got a lot of great scenes, but I thought some of the writing was so poorly done, in my opinion, to put it nicely. I think they just went for spectacle over storytelling, and I was just so incredibly disappointed and angry. So yeah, I had to take a few days off from finishing this build because, like, me being me, I take a freaking book adaptation of a TV show way too seriously, and I could not look at this build without getting annoyed. Because, like, this build reminded me of the show and the episode I had just watched. So yeah, that is the very silly story behind this build. But let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the episode. Did you like it? I hope you did. Or are you as disappointed as me? Let me know. I guess I am kind of interested in seeing how the heck they're gonna remove or get rid of all the bodies in Winterfell, though. Like, I mean, I guess they can just burn them all, but that's gonna be a mess and a half. I'm not even sure if they have enough time to show us how they deal with it, but we'll see. Anyway, let's leave this discussion. I can't talk about it. Let's talk about the build. This is actually not the first castle I build, but the first castle that is not just one structure, not just one building. It's a bunch of buildings together, like much like Winterfell, although I'm not building Winterfell, obviously, but it's the same type of castle. Like, there's a lot of different bunch of buildings behind a wall, basically. And apparently this is the more common type of castle over the one structure type of castles. I did not know that, but someone told me, and I thought it was interesting, and it kind of makes sense. But yeah, I have built some other castles before, like one structure castles before, and I do really like the look of them. They're often very like fairy tale-y looking, and yeah, I built those before, so it was kind of like interesting to try out a different kind of castle. So yeah, that's what I did. I I built a different kind of castle, and apart from this build like reminding me of how disappointed I am at the Game of Thrones episode, I had a lot of fun building this. It's so different to anything I've done before, even to my other castles, and I really like how it turned out. Obviously it took a long time to finish this build because there's a lot of details, but I really like it, and well, I hope you guys will like it too. So as I said, there's a whole bunch of like different buildings in this one build. The biggest building at the back, that's obviously where the king and his family lives, and next to that there's the crypts. I'll get to that later in the video. I haven't built it yet, but there are crypts next to that whole thing. And then also up there, like in the higher portion of the castle, we also have a bell tower, a church, or any kind of religious building really, that then leads to a maester's library kind of tower. And there's also a building up there that I kind of imagine it to be some kind of building for recreational purposes. I don't know. So that's the whole like upper part of the castle, and then at the lower portion we have the stables, a blacksmith, and also some sort of oops, sorry, I hit the microphone, and also some sort of inn thing. And then the tower that's on its own, I kind of imagine that to be both like a guard's tower that looks over the water, but also like a fisherman trading post combined, so something like that. And then there's also a lot of houses, of course, outside of the castle for the common folk. I mean, I say a lot, but there's just two of them. Two regular houses because I couldn't really fit more of them, so two had to do. Anyway, the build is starting to kind of take shape now. I really tried to go for a, as I said, like a medieval and slight fantasy kind of look for this build. So obviously using a lot of stone textures and some dark woods to break it off, to give some contrast. And guys, I am really happy with the windows that we got in the Strangerville pack. I love them. I use them a lot in this build, and they really fit. Like, this is when I realized that they really fit so many different type of builds. Like, I've used those windows in both like modern houses, like my last build for example, and now I'm using them in this medieval build. Like, they are so diverse and I really love them. And I'm really happy we got them. Like, I love these windows that I use in this build from the Strangerville pack. Love them. Like, I'm the kind of person that would buy the Strangerville pack just for the windows, and I'm not even kidding. Like, even if I didn't enjoy the rest of the theme of the pack, which I do, but even if I didn't, I would still buy the pack just for the windows. It would be very expensive windows, but I really love the windows that we got. Anyway, working on the main build now, you could say. This is the King's Castle, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this before. I should probably do that. I don't think I did, but I don't furnish this build in this video, guys. I'm sorry if you were expecting that, but just building the exterior and doing the landscaping for this build, like, that took long enough, and that is a over 20 minutes long speed build. So if I had furnished this build, this video would be so freaking long. So I do not furnish this. Like, I do furnish sort of like the outside, but I don't furnish any of the buildings, like the inside. I don't do anything with the interior of this build. So I don't know if you guys want to see that in another video, if I should do a part 2 of this. Let me know in the comments. I don't know, but yeah, just putting that out there. I only build the exterior, and I do the landscaping, and I put some details here and there, but I don't actually furnish this thing. So if you guys want to see that, let me know. We'll see if I get around to do that. But yeah, I'm sorry. It would have been a way too long of a video if I did. Usually I like to put everything in one video, but I just couldn't for this build. I'm sorry guys, it's so huge, and I know some of you guys really like long videos, but like the majority of people don't seem to like them that much. So kind of just make the decision to skip the interior for this one, or at least put it in like a part 2. So that is that. And also I apologize if if the camera goes nuts from time to time, like it jumps around a little bit at times. That's one thing that's so frustrating. Like it frustrated me so much while building this. It's because like the terrain tool and all the height differences, that's why the camera sometimes jumps all over the place. It's just very frustrating when it does that. And not only is it frustrating while building, but it's also kind of like confusing to look at when it's sped up. So I'm sorry about the camera. I can't do anything about it. It's very annoying. I know. I really tried my best to keep the camera as still as possible for you guys, but sometimes it was just out of my control. It went nuts. But anyway, enough with the apologies and all that. As I said, I had a lot of fun with this build. It was like very challenging, but you know, in a good way. So I don't know, it was really fun to build this. And it does kind of make me want to try more medieval kinds of builds. I don't know what though, but it really sparked my interest in medieval builds or even more castles. But I don't know. I don't know what you guys want to see. Like, do you have any ideas? Let me know what you want to see. If you have any ideas. I mean, it doesn't have to be medieval builds, just I'm kind of out of ideas at the moment. So if you have any build suggestions or anything like that, requests, let me know in the comments. Anyway, guys, I don't think I have anything else to say about this build really. So I think I'm going to leave you guys here and put some music on for the rest. And I mean, there's also not a lot going on in my real life at the moment that I could talk about. I mean, except me obsessing over the last Game of Thrones episode and spending all my energy on being disappointed. I don't know, guys. I just can't. I can't let it go. Okay. I don't know why I'm like this. Same thing kind of happened with the Hobbit movies, but yeah, that's a whole different story. It's just, I don't know. It's just hard when you've read the books and you see the showrunners or the TV producers like go against things in the books. It's really hard to separate the two. So yeah, I don't know, because you're so passionate about it. It's really hard to separate them. I don't know if that makes sense, but let's not get into this again. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoy this build. If you do, please give this video a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I would be so happy if you did. And don't forget to check out the Sims VIP article thing. I'll have it linked in the description box down below. And if you want to download this build and put it in your game, you can find it on my gallery if you search for my username, CyberdollYT, and you can also find it under the hashtags Cyberdoll and CyberdollYT. And if you're gonna place this lot, guys, have the move objects cheat on before you place this, because I use that a lot, and to make sure that everything is placed properly, have that on before you place this. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, you need that on if you're gonna place this. Anyway, what else? I don't think there's anything else. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Links to all my socials and stuff are also in the info box down below. And I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video.
I told myself that maybe he ain't worth it. Too bad I hate advice. 'Cause out of sight and out of mind is perfect. It's so hard to decide. Oh, I know he got me good in his pocket. I know that I'm just a treat. Well, the taste is better. Oh, go on, chewing my bones out when he's done is spitting me out. I just can't help myself. One for the pain, no hesitation, took us again, nothing can save us, yeah. I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be free for the night, all in or nothing, not gonna stop, dance till the morning light. I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be around you. He looks at me like I know what he's thinking, but I don't have a clue. rather cruel. Oh, I know he got me good in his pocket. I know that I missed a treat. Well, the taste is bitter. Oh, go on, chewing my bones, and when he's done, it's spitting me out. I just can't help myself. One for the pain, no hesitation. Took us we can, nothing can save us. Yeah, I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be free for the night, all in or nothing. Not gonna stop, dance till the morning light. I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be around you. Share my lipstick, taste my breath, and love me like you love a pack of smokes in the morning. Share my lipstick, taste my breath, and love me like you love a pack of smokes in the morning. One for the pain, no hesitation. Took us we can, nothing can save us. Yeah, I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be free for the night, all in or nothing. Not gonna stop, dance till the morning light. I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be around you.
I don't take no chances. Fill up all the blanks with lemon sprinkled ice. Please don't ask me twice. Rhythm got me bouncing, bottles got me crashing. Don't you know? Don't you know that I'm just in it for the thrill of it? I just wanna get the hang of this, and I know there is no cure. We're moving to a drowning idea. I'm just in it for the thrill of it. I just wanna get the hang of this, and I know there is no cure. Drowning idea. I'm just in it for the just the high life drift and the high life, just the high feel living in the high life drift, just the high life twist on the high life. I'm just in it for the just the high life drift and the high life, just the high feel living in the high life drift, just the high life twist on the high life. DJ got me twisted, liquid got me distant. Don't you know? Well, you should know that I'm just in it for the thrill of it. I just wanna get the hang of this, and I know there is no cure. We're moving to a drowning idea. I'm just in it for the thrill of it. I just wanna get the hang of this, and I know there is no cure. Drowning idea. I'm just in it for the just the high life drift and the high life, just the high feel living in the high life drift, just the high life twist on the high life. I'm just in it for the just the high life drift and the high life, just the high feel living in the high life drift, just the high life twist on the high life. I'm just in it for the just the high life twist, just the high life, high life, high life. I'm just in it for the thrill of it. I just wanna get the hang of this, and I know there is no cure. We're moving to a drowning idea. I'm just in it for the thrill of it. I just wanna get the hang of this, and I know there is no cure. Drowning idea. I'm just in it for the just the high life drift and the high life, just the high feel living in the high life drift, just the high life twist on the high life. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel,